Good morning dear students and welcome back in our video lecture with the same topic diversity in living organisms. So in my previous video lecture we have studied about Whittaker's five kingdom system, means how all organisms are classified into five kingdoms. So students, tell me which are the five kingdoms as per Whittaker's five kingdom system? Yes, kingdom Monera, then kingdom Protista, then third kingdom is fungi, then plantae and animalia. So we have also studied about different characteristics of each kingdom and their examples. Now we are going to study about kingdom plantae, that is all plants, how they are classified into different divisions, that we are going to study. So plants, the levels or the first level of classification among plants depends on whether the plant body has well differentiated distinct components. Means this plant kingdom is divided into different divisions, and for that certain criteria are used. So first criteria used is whether the plant body is well differentiated into its components. It has many body parts, like means you all know what are the parts of plant. Yes, flower, fruit, stem. So whether the body is well differentiated into these parts or not. Second criteria is which is used for this classification is whether there are special tissues for transport of water and other substances within it. And third criteria used is that plant has ability to bear seeds and whether the seeds are enclosed within fruits or not. So these criteria are used for classification of plants into classification of kingdom plantae into different divisions. So first division is Thallophyta. So what is Thallophyta? So all plants which just come under this division have particular characteristics, like these plants do not have well differentiated body design. The plants in this group are commonly called algae. Then these plants are predominantly aquatic, means most of the plants which belongs to Thallophyta are aquatic and these are algae. There is no differentiation between different body parts of that plant. Then examples of this Thallophyta are Spirogyra, Ulothrix, then Cladophora and Chara. These are the examples of Thallophyta. Then next division is Bryophyta. So what is Bryophyta? These are also called amphibians plants. Why? Because some plants live in water and some plants live on land also. So the plant body is commonly differentiated to form stem and leaf-like structure. Means there is actually not different parts for this plant, but it looks like, means it has stem and leaf-like structure. However, there is no specialized tissue for conduction of water and other substances from one part of the plant body to another part of the body. So examples of plants which comes in Bryophyta are moss that is Funaria and Marchantia. Then next division is Pteridophyta. So the plants which comes in Pteridophyta division are differentiated into roots, stem and leaves and has specialized tissues for conduction of water and other substances from one part of plant body to another part. So examples are Marshallea, ferns and horsetails. You have seen this type of plants in your surrounding. So you can see in the picture how these plants looks. So the Thallophytas, the Bryophytas and the Pteridophytas have naked embryos that are called spores. Means all these plants belonging to Thallophyta, Bryophyta or Pteridophyta, they just reproduce by the means of spore formation. So these embryos are called spores, and the reproductive organ of plants in all these three groups are very inconspicuous and they are therefore called cryptogams. So cryptogam, what is mean by cryptogam? Cryptogams are these plants shows they don't show particular reproductive organ. Means they have hidden reproductive organs, that's why they are called cryptogams. So tell me, what are the female reproductive part of that plant and male reproductive part of plant? You all know flower consists of male and female reproductive part of plant, androecium and gynoecium, which we also call stamen and stigma, style, ovary. So in this Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, there is these reproductive organs are just hidden. That's why they are called cryptogams also. And then plants with well differentiated reproductive tissues that ultimately make seeds are called phanerogams. Seeds are the result of reproductive process, and they consist of embryo along with stored food. So which serve for the initial growth of embryo during germination. So depending upon whether the seed is enclosed in fruit or seed is naked, again these plants are classified into two groups, gymnosperms and angiosperms. So what is gymnosperm? This term is made from two Greek words. Gymno means naked and sperma means seed. Means those plants having naked seeds, they belongs to gymnosperm, or they are called gymnosperms. The plant of this group bear naked seeds and are usually perennial, evergreen and woody. So examples of gymnosperms are Deodar, and also Cycas plant is example of gymnosperm. Then what is angiosperm? This word is made up of two Greek words. Angio means covered and sperma means seed. Means the seeds of these plants is just covered by, it is just enclosed in fruit. The seeds develop inside an organ which modify to become a fruit. These are also called flowering plants. Means gymnosperms are non-flowering plants and angiosperms are flowering plants, because as they have flower, they bear fruits also. And in that fruit, that seeds are enclosed. Then again, these seeds means again these angiosperms are classified into two types, monocot and dicot. Means if that seed has only one or single cotyledon, then they are called monocot, and if the seed is made up of two cotyledons, then it is made up of dicot. So these cotyledons are also called as seed leaves. Then the cotyledons present a bit of pre-designed plant in the seed. The angiosperms are again divided into two groups on the basis of number of cotyledons. Just now I told you what are the two types, monocotyledons or monocots, and plants having seeds with two cotyledons are called dicots. So what are the examples of monocot and dicot? You can see in the picture. So today we have discussed about plant kingdom. So how this plant kingdom get differentiated, means if which criteria are used for this classification of plant kingdom, whether the plant has different body parts, means it is differentiated into different body parts or not. They have tissues for conduction of water and other substances, and they are bearing seeds or not, and the seed is enclosed in fruit or the seed is naked. These criteria are used. So these plant kingdoms means plants have which do not differentiated into different body parts. They are that division is called Thallophyta. Then if they are differentiated, then there are again two types, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Then again, if that seeds means seed bearing are called phanerogams. So if seeds are naked, then they are called gymnosperm. If seeds are enclosed in fruit, then they are called angiosperm. Again, angiosperms are classified into monocot and dicot. So this is about plant kingdom and how these plant kingdoms are just divided into different divisions like Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, gymnosperm and angiosperm. I hope you got all points related to properties of these divisions and their examples. If you have any doubt related to this, you can ask me. Thank you.